the next morning for breakfast and coffee. They get their usual table by the window. What do you think of what we saw yesterday? Certainly was intriguing. We've now seen a multidimensional object that opens up a realm of beauty and a multidimensional object that opens up a realm of hideousness. Yeah, they seem to be trying to conceal both the multidimensional realm that opens up a realm of beauty and the multidimensional object that opens up a realm of hideousness. Let's just order breakfast and talk about something else for now. That would be nice. Penelope, the waitress, takes their order. How can I help you? I'll have, give me the Bayside griddle cakes with extra butter and some of your strawberry maple syrup, along with a cup of mountain morning coffee. Coming right up. Mike, what's it going to be for you, Lelena? I'll have the paradise pancakes and a cup of succulent coffee. I'll have that for you people. By the way, Lelena, how's your writing project going for Coffee Lovers Monthly, Lelena? It's going great. I found that I have the ability to write about coffee like way that. Oh, hi, Richard. Thanks for joining me. Expresses the way coffee is not only a beverage that brings an exquisite taste sensation to my mouth, but also connects my soul to the eternal realm of pleasure that transcends this earthly. Oh, hi, Tina. Hi, Tina Cometti. Oh, hi, Piano Man Hawko. This earthly plane of existence. That was beautifully stated. All of a sudden, they look out the window and see the woman in the Corvette pull up again. She gets out of the car. She seems to be hiding a new package. This package is also intriguing. From the near distance is heard another woman screaming, "Get her! She's got the package!" The woman gets back in the Corvette, into her Corvette, and drives off frantically. Wow. I wonder where she went. I wonder what's in the package. Maybe top secret plans drawn up by aliens interested in taking over planet Earth. I'm sure we'll find out soon in any event. Would you like to go back to my condominium with Rexmar William Shakespeare? Sure. Mike and Lelena went back to Mike's condominium to practice more William Shakespeare dialogue. Oh, thanks for joining me. This is Heather's 2. This is Reality Bites 2. Mike and Lelena got up the next morning. Yeah, sure. Got up the next morning and went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They got their usual table by the window. Penelope, their favorite waitress, took their order. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. Wait a minute. So now I'm just trying to find. Okay. I got my notebook and I'm just trying to find where this picks up. Penelope, their favorite waitress, took their order. Okay. Let's see. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to find this notebook where my dialogue picks up. By the window where they could look out upon happy San Francisco people. Penelope, their favorite waitress, takes their order. How can I help you? I'll have the Bayside griddle cakes with strawberry syrup, along with some of the hash browns and a cup of Mountain Morning Paradise coffee. I'll have that for you. What's it going to be for you, Lelena? I'll have the savory crepes with butter and maple syrup, along with a cup of ocean morning coffee. I'll have that for you, people. That package is so intriguing, isn't it? Yes, it sure is. Hey, look, Lelena. It's Ethan Hawke. The guy who portrays Ethan Hawke in the stage adaptation of Reality Bites. And the girl who portrays you, the Lelena character, in the play. They approach him. Stay the fuck away from my woman, Charlie. She's my woman now, Ethan. I'm sorry, Charlie. What do you? I'm sorry, Ethan. I want you. You want Charlie? Charlie is the guy who portrays me in the state adaptation of Reality Bites, and I'm the real Ethan Hawke. Brought the character Troy Dyer into archetypal existence in Reality Bites. I'm in love. The archetype that was created, that you've created, but I'm in love with the character. Sorry, Ethan, I get Sheila. You'll have to find yourself another woman, or maybe, a prostitute if you get desperate. No, sorry, Charlie. I'm gonna kick the shit out of you. Yeah, watch me. A bloody fight ensues. A fight ensues. It gets bloody. Mike and Lelena look to each other. I can't watch this. Can you, Lelena? No, let's go back to your condominium. There is more William Shakespeare dialogue. Sure. Mike and Lelena went back to Mike's condominium to practice more William Shakespeare dialogue. Mike and Lelena sit in Mike's condominium overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge and beautiful Pacific Ocean, glimmering in the light of the moon, and start talking. Isn't it amazing that Ethan Hawke is in a fight with a guy who portrays him in the state adaptation of Reality Bites? I think it shows not only the power of love, but the power of theater. Ethan Hawke brought Troy Dyer into existence in the archetypal realm where Reality Bites exists, and his portrayal was so convincing that he fully embodied the character to the extent that he exists in such a real way that the woman Sheila who portrays Leilani Pierce is more in love with Charlie, the guy who portrays Troy Dyer in the state adaptation of Reality Bites, because Charlie is brought to the tangible world, the character that Ethan Hawke put into archetypal existence. That shows the power of theater. The power of love is manifest in the passionate fight that Charlie Tamlinson and Ethan Hawke are engaged in over Sheila Henderson. The woman who portrays Leilana Pierce in the stage adaptation of Reality Bites. Yeah, that is far out. Hey, look, Mike, do you see that? By the Golden Gate Bridge? Yeah, I see it. It looks like Ethan Hawke and Sheila Henderson kissing. I thought Sheila Henderson wanted Charlie Tamlinson. What is she doing with Ethan Hawke? I just thought of something. Do you think that maybe Sheila Henderson is in love with Troy Dyer? The character portrayed by both Ethan Hawke and Charlie Tamlinson, and whoever successfully brings Troy Dyer into real life is the guy that Sheila Henderson is going to choose? That's an interesting speculation. And perhaps correct. All of a sudden, Charlie Tamlinson wanders around by Ethan Hawke and Sheila Henderson. Another bloody fight ensues. This is really awful. We have got to try to intervene in the situation and stop the fighting. Do you have any ideas about what we can do about it? I just thought of something. We could put on a play at Pancakes by the Bay, which will be a stage adaptation of Reality Bites. This play will run for several months. As a competition between Ethan Hawke and Charlie Tamlinson, to see who brings Troy Dyer into tangible existence. The play will be performed twice a night for several months, at the end of which the winner will be chosen by Sheila Henderson. Whoever wins gets Sheila Henderson. I love that idea. Do you want to go take a walk do you want to go talk to them? Sure. Mike and Elena go to talk to Ethan, Sheila, and Charlie. Hi, people. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. What are you doing here? Hi, Mike. We're here because Elena has an idea about how to decide who gets Sheila. What's your idea? We could put a stage adaptation of Reality Bites at Pancakes by the Bay every evening for several months, twice an evening. The character Troy Dyer would be portrayed by Ethan Hawke in one performance and Charlie in the other performance. At the end of the series of performances, Sheila could decide who she really wants, which would be the guy who brings Troy Dyer most fully into tangible existence. That'd be perfect. I agree. Let's go for it. Okay, we'll get this thing started. Would you like to go back to my condominium, Rex Moore, William Shakespeare? Sure. Michael and Elena went back to Mike's condominium, Rex Moore, William Shakespeare dialogue. Mike and Elena thoroughly enjoyed performing their William Shakespeare dialogue. and talked into the evening. You are an amazing Shakespearean actress, Elena. The fluency of your delivery and the way you identify with the dialogue is captivating. You embody the characters that you portray so fully that you take them to a level of transcendence whereupon art and life intermingle. Thanks, Mike. This is paradise for me, Lelena. Peace, love, romance, and William Shakespeare. The poetry of his writing and the way the words come to life through our performances and the feeling of being immortally in love with you. That was stated. Do you want to go to Pancakes by the Bay? Tomorrow? Sure. Mike and Lelena went to Pancakes by the Bay the next day and got their usual booth by the window. Penelope, the waitress, takes their order. What's it going to be for you this morning? Give me the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of Mountain Morning coffee. I'll have the scrumptious pancakes and a cup of Mountain Morning coffee. I'll have that for you people. All of a sudden, Mike and Lelena look out the window and see the same woman pull up in her Corvette. She gets out of the car with a package in her hands and looks directly at them. She opens up the package and Mike and Lelena can see inside of it. In it, there seems to be an object of a color they have never seen and a shape they have never seen. This object is an object that can only be seen from a plane of existence that is beyond the 4 dimensions of time and space. The woman then gets back in the car and drives away. Did you see that? Yeah? I wonder how we were able to see that object that usually can only be seen on higher dimensions, on higher dimensional planes of existence. I can explain that to you, Mike and Lelena. You have been enlightened by love. Your love is so strong that you could see beyond the stark and often unappealing realm of 4-dimensional reality on this earthly plane of existence into an immortal realm of eternal human love. You now see the world in its full glory. Your love brings the world to life. That's great. I agree. Do you want to go back to your condominium to practice more William Shakespeare dialogue? Sure. Mike and Lelena went back to Mike's condominium to practice more William Shakespeare dialogue. Mike and Lelena thoroughly enjoyed their performances of William Shakespeare dialogue and went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee the next morning. And talked in the evening. Would you like a beer, Lelena? Oh, sure. What do you have? I have some Anchor Steam California Lager. Awesome. Mike goes to the refrigerator to get them. Goes to the beer refrigerator to get them a beer. What do you think about when you're here all alone? What do I think about when I'm here all alone? I look at the Golden Gate Bridge and see lovers, hand in hand, and then look up at the sky. I have a telescope that brings into focus distant planets, but you can only see them as light images. That's only a view of planets in our galaxy. I then think about planets in other galaxies and the possibility of sentient life on other planets. Of intelligent life on other planets. We haven't found intelligent life in our galaxy so far. There may have been intelligent life at one time or another in our galaxy, but we haven't found it yet. There may have been intelligent life in our planet or in our galaxy eons ago. I then wonder that if there was intelligent life on other planets, what kind of society they had or have. I then wonder if it is possible that there is or ever was a kind of utopian society anywhere in the universe where life was or is a blissful dance of unmitigated pleasure and romance. Oh, hi, Global. Hi, Mickey. Hi, Tina Comet. Thanks for joining me. This is Reality Bites 2. I hope you're enjoying it. If so, I wonder if these pleasures are so acute that they transcend any earthly pleasures. We can experience placing souls forever, suspended in a state of heightened sensory engagement. It would be similar to that feeling you get when you first fall deeply in love with another person, and your world is suddenly raised to a higher plateau. That feeling would be intensified there. It would be something that you would feel eternally with your lover. That would be so beautiful if that were the case. Do you want to go to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee tomorrow? Sure. Mike and Elena went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee the next morning and got their usual table by the window, their usual booth by the window. Penelope, the favorite waitress, took their order. What do you people want? I'll have the Bayside, let me see, I'll have the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of my morning coffee. Great, what's it going to be for you, Elena? Give me the Bayside crepes and a cup of my morning coffee. Coming right up. Get that for you people. They're looking out the window when all of a sudden the same woman in the Corvette pulls up. She's holding a package. She looks right at them from inside of her car. Another woman gets out of the car and walks up to the restaurant. She looks at them directly sitting at the table. Can you guess what's in this package? She then saunters off to the restaurant, keeping her head in the same position, staring at them the whole way back to her car. She screams and then laughs at a high volume. Oh, that's pretty cool, Global. Okay. At a high volume, and the car races away. That was weird. Yeah. Would you like to go back to my condominium that breaks more William Shakespeare? Like, sure. Mike and Elena went back to Mike's condominium. To practice more dialogue. Here's an excerpt from it. Mike and Elena got up the next morning and went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They got their usual booth by the window. Penelope, their favorite waitress, took their order. What's it going to be for you this morning? Give me the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of Mountain Morning coffee. Got it. What'll you have, Lelena? I'll have the succulent crepes and a cup of Mountain Morning coffee. Coming right up. Penelope goes to get their food and coffee and they start talking. This is bizarre. I wonder what the Corvette woman had in the package. I don't know. She laughed as she drove off. I wasn't sure if it was a sinister laugh or a jovial laugh. This Corvette woman seems to be an important character in the fabric of human interaction. Oh, hi, Jackie Turf. Thanks for joining me. The packages that she passes back and forth to other people are not very often revealed as to what they contain, as to what their contents are, but they seem to demonstrate that their contents are extremely important. I agree. All of a sudden, Penelope the waitress comes up to them. Hi, Penelope. What's up? Hi, Mike. Hi, Lelena. Can I let you people in on something? Sure. What is it, Penelope? I enjoy being a waitress here and talking to you people. Talking to you fine people like you, but I've got some higher ambitions in life. Higher ambitions? You do, Penelope? What are they? My goal here has always been to be a filmmaker. I've been waiting to be inspired, and I finally have a great idea for a movie. As a matter of fact, the movie has already been shot, and I just need a movie company to fund it. If it's good, I'm sure they have no problem with that. What's it about? I've been observing people. in and around Pancakes by the Bay. In the restaurant and outside of it. I've been writing dialogue that embellishes conversations I have overheard and pieced together a narrative based on these observations. Pieced together a story based on events that have taken place in and around Pancakes by the Bay. I've gone home after work every night and written a script based on events that I've observed in and around Pancakes by the Bay. That I've seen, a dialogue I've heard. I have a rough draft of the script and a low-budget movie production of the movie. What I want is to get it produced by a mainstream Hollywood movie producer like Martin Scorsese. That's wonderful, Penelope. Hope you achieve your dream. Here's the weird aspect of the situation. In observing these people and writing a story about them, I found something very disturbing. Disturbing? What? There's been a murder. I don't know who committed the murder, only that it was committed by some of these people. How do you know there was a murder? I saw some people pull up in a van and throw a body inside. Their identity was concealed with masks. But I happen to know it was some of these people. How do you know? How do I know? How do I know that it was one of these people? Because a hat A hat that people have been passing back and forth, taking turns wearing, was the same hat that I saw on the head of the person that threw the body into the van. A hat that several of these people have been wearing to the restaurant, that they take turns wearing the hat on different days, okay? So it's a special hat that they take turns wearing. And let's just call it the hat. On different days. The people in the van, when they drove off, accidentally dropped this hat. I retrieved this hat and compared it to the hat as seen by security cameras. Indeed, a close analysis has revealed this to be the same hat. Can't you deduce from that it must be one of the people who wore the hat? Yes, the problem is that almost everybody that comes in here tries on that hat. It's a very popular hat. It's a beautiful hat that everybody wants to try on, okay? It's the most beautiful hat you've ever seen. The most beautiful color, the most beautiful shape. And it seems to transform anybody, the wearer of the hat, seems to be transformed into a more beautiful person than before they put the hat on. So it's got transformative powers. This hat has seductive powers of transformation that transforms the face of the person into a more beautiful person, and also gives them supernatural powers. I would have to stop and think about it and develop that idea a little bit more, but that's just off the top of my head. But anyways, it's a beautifully rare hat that people want to try on. Okay, this hat. So knowing who has worn the hat doesn't give me any clues. Here's my idea. I have this story that I have written, produced by a Hollywood movie company. I have this I've written, produced by a Hollywood movie company, and people come to see it. Within the movie, there's evidence of a murder that took place. The viewing audience can try to piece together the viewing audience can try to piece together the evidence and see if they can solve the murder. The movie might not only be a big box office smash hit, but provide evidence The movie might not only be a big box office hit, but provide evidence to solve a murder. Great idea. Yeah, it is. Would you like to practice more dialogue? Sure. Mike and Lynn went back to Mike's condominium to practice more dialogue. There's an exit from it. Mike and Elena went to Pancakes by the Bay the next morning for breakfast and coffee. Penelope took their order. What's going to be this morning? Give me the mountain morning coffee and Bayside griddle cakes. And for you, give me the mountain morning coffee and Bayside crepes. Sure, I'll have that for you. Have you been thinking about the murder yet, Lelena? Yeah, I was trying to understand the motive for it. Also, there's not enough physical evidence to directly connect the murder to any specific person. All we know is that it was committed by a person who was wearing the same hat that people keep passing back and forth. Have you thought Have you thought at all about the murder of Pancakes by the Bay? No, I've been thinking about what a shame it is that we are confronted by such heinous crimes in this life. Life can be so wonderful. Life could be so wonderful if we were to cooperate as human beings. The beauty of romantic love and just the beauty of being alive. I've wandered alone through this world at certain times of my life and have experienced unbridled mirth just by being in contact with a higher power. Just by being in contact with a higher power that is the harmonizing element of nature. A higher power that is a harmonizing element of nature. I believe that we were spawned by an immortal fire and shall return to this immortal fire to repeat the cycle of birth and death. Immortal fire. That's interesting. I believe in a higher power and I believe in a higher power and an immortal fire. A higher power, awesome. Yeah, a higher power. I've been thinking about the murder. I have a theory. I've been thinking about the murder. I have a theory. You do? You have a theory about the murder? Yes, I do. Yeah, here it is. I was thinking that it may be a remote possibility that Penelope did it. Penelope the waitress. Oh, come on. She's trying to solve the murder by filming a movie about it that gives people clues as to who committed the murder. Penelope, the waitress? Oh, come on. She's trying to solve the murder by filming a movie that gives people clues as to who committed the murder. What if she was only filming a movie to solve the murder case only as a way to cover up for herself the person who committed the murder? You know, you may be onto something, Lelena. There is a certain amount of plausibility to that. No, you may be onto something, Lelena. There is a certain amount of plausibility to that. Do you want to go to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee tomorrow? Sure. The next morning arrives, and Mike and Lelena go to Pancakes by the Bay. Penelope takes her order. How can I help you? I'll have the Mountain Morning Coffee and Bayside Griddle Cakes. What's it going to be for you, Lelena? I'll have the Mountain Morning Coffee and Bayside Crepes. Coming right up. How's the film project coming, Penelope? Good. I'm in talks with some Hollywood producers at the moment. Nice talking to you, Penelope. Likewise. Penelope goes to get their food. Does Penelope seem suspicious to you as a murder suspect? Not really. But it came to mind that if she was the murderer, filming a movie about the murder in order to give people clues about it would be a good way to cover herself up. I agree, but that doesn't necessarily give us much evidence that she is the murderer. I agree, but think it is a remote possibility. Let's see if we can analyze her behavior. Yeah, we can see if she would have any motives for murder. Penelope comes back with their breakfast. Here's your grub and coffee. Thanks, Penelope. She doesn't seem violently angry to me. No, she doesn't. Do you want to go back to your condominium to practice more dialogue? Sure. Mike and Winona went back to Mike's condominium to practice some more dialogue. Here's an excerpt from it. Clerks, Miramax 94, screenplay by Kevin Smith, directed by Kevin Smith. Characters Dante, Brian O'Halloran, Randall, Jeff Anderson. Notes, Dante and Randall are good friends, around 20 years old. They work for the same boss in dead-end jobs in a New Jersey town. Dante works at the Quick Stop Deli and takes it far too seriously. And Randall runs the video store next door and doesn't take it seriously at all. Dante has a girlfriend, Veronica, who goes to college and is urging him to do the same. He has an ex-girlfriend, Caitlin, that he obsesses about and has been talking to lately on the phone. She has a boyfriend, but hasn't told Dante about him yet. And Dante is fantasizing about a reunion. Randall's an easygoing stoner who lives in the moment and has no illusions about where his life is going. He can be obnoxious and sensitive at the same time. Clerks follows this hapless pair through the course of a very bad day. Dante has already been called into work on his day off and had a fight with Veronica over her past sexual partners. Randall comes over to the deli to visit. Interior, convenience store day. Randall pulls a soda from the cooler. Want something to drink? I'm buying. No, thanks. Who was on the phone this morning at about 2:30? I was trying to call for half an hour. Why? I want to use your car. He walks by a row of snacks and grabs one without looking at it. Snack cake? Dante sits in his seat behind the register. Randall grabs a paper and joins him behind the counter. You don't want to know. You called Caitlin again. She called me. Did you tell Veronica? One fight a day with Veronica is about all I can stomach, thanks. What do you two fight about? I guess it's not really fighting. She just wants me to leave her, go back to school, get some direction. But the most frequent topic of arguments is Caitlin Bree. You win. I'm going to offer you some advice, my friend. Let the past be the past. Forget Caitlin Bree. You've been with Veronica for how long now? 7 months. Chick's nuts about you. How long have you been with Caitlin? How long did you date Caitlin? 5 years. Chick only made you nuts. She cheated on you how many times? 8.5. 8.5. Party at John K's senior year. I get blitzed and pass out in his bedroom. Caitlin comes in and dives all over me. That's cheating? In the middle of it, she calls me Brad. She called you Brad? She called me Brad. That's not cheating. People say crazy shit during sex. One time I called this girl, Susie. At the light, and she freaks. Turns out she thought I was Brad Michelson. What do you mean? She was supposed to meet Brad Michelson in a bedroom. She picked the wrong one. She had no idea I was even at the party. Oh my God. Great story, isn't it? That girl was vile to you. Interesting postscript to that story. Do you know who wound up going with Brad Michelson in the other dark bedroom? Ellen Harris. Chess team, Ellen Harris. The two moved to Idaho together after graduation. They raised sheep. That's frightening. It takes different strokes to move the world. In light of this lurid tale, I don't see how you could even romanticize your relationship with Caitlin. She broke your heart and inadvertently drove men to deviant lifestyles. Because there was a lot of good in our relationship. Oh yeah? I'm serious. Aside from the cheating, we were a great couple. That's what high school's all about. Algebra, bad lunch, and infidelity. You think things would be any different now? They are. When she calls me now, she's a different person. She's frightened and vulnerable. She's about to finish college and enter the real world. That's got to be scary for anyone. Oh shit, I've got a place in order. I'm talking to myself here. No, I'm listening. She's leaving college and she's looking for me. She's looking to me for support. And I think that this is leading our relationship to a new level. What about Veronica? I think the arguments Veronica and I have are some kind of manifestation of a subconscious desire to break away from her so that I can pursue the possibility of a more meaningful relationship with Caitlin. Caitlin's on the same wavelength? Think it's safe to say yes. Then I think all four of you had better sit down and talk it over. All four? You, Veronica, Caitlin, and Caitlin's fiance. The headline of the engagement announces breed a wed Asian design major. Clerks 2, Miramax, 1994. Screenplay by Kevin Smith, directed by Kevin Smith. Characters: Dante, Brian O'Halloran, Caitlin, Lisa Spoonhour. No, it's Dante's day goes from bad to worse when he gets the news of Caitlin's engagement. See previous scene. Then Caitlin unexpectedly shows up to the deli where Dante is having trouble coping. She's taking the train down from school to see him. She doesn't know what she wants any more than Dante does, but she thinks she's got it all sorted out. In the process, she sends a different mixed message with every line. Interior video store, night. On the counter. You're just going to lock the store like that? I want to talk to you about something. And I don't want to be disturbed. You saw it? Very dramatic, I thought. It's not what you think. What, it's worse? You're pregnant with an Asian design major's child? I'm not pregnant. Were you going to tell me or just send me an invitation? I was going to tell you, but then we were getting along so well, I didn't want to mess it up.